So you clicked on this because first of all you want to learn how to run better, run longer, run faster. Okay, listen, I'm gonna give you a little story. I know you don't care because you just met me, but okay, let's go back to the beginning of this year, of the school year. I was running cross country, right? I was very inconsistent with running. Like I already have good genetics and everything, right? Like I'm leaner than normal. I just have better endurance than most people, right? So I was running cross country. Didn't really train that much. Maybe I like ran. I just ran at practice. I barely showed up to practice. But what I did do is I read a book a couple months before called The Oxygen Advantage by Patrick McGowan. And it's literally just about like breathing, the techniques of breathing, how to stimulate high altitude training and everything. It's a great book. I think you should go read it for yourself after you finish this video. But basically, the entire point is to reduce your breathing through breath holds and just reducing your breathing, like reducing your breathing volume. So that way, what it does is it essentially just lets you transfer more oxygen throughout your body. Now, how you ask, oh, but you're not breathing as much. How the fuck do you do that? It's very simple. So, back in school, you learn how we have hemoglobin and have CO2 and oxygen, right? Hemoglobin takes oxygen throughout the body and the blood cells, right? The only way that hemoglobin can actually transfer oxygen is through CO2. So when you hold your breath or you reduce, you're keeping more CO2 in. So that way you're building your tolerance so that when you actually go perform, you can transfer more oxygen through it and it can get around the body way faster. It's basically just better blood production. So if you've seen people that live high up in the mountains, right? Like I know there's one city somewhere in fucking South America where it's basically they have 2 times the blood cells that we do. And there's way less oxygen up there, no? That's basically what it is. So what I really did back then is just, there's a protocol in the book. So all I did was that in school, every time I left to go skip class because I was bored as fuck, I would literally just go walk around. I would inhale, exhale, and then I'd hold my breath. Usually if nobody's around and you don't look like a dickhead, you could just pitch your nose like this. But there was people walking around the school and I didn't want to look like an idiot, so I just held my breath. I exhaled, held my breath, and then you basically go walk as many steps as you can before you have a really strong air hunger, like a really strong urge to breathe. So I did that like 5 times, and then I'd come back to class. She's like, oh, well, why the fuck did you take so long? I was like, oh, I was taking a shit. And then you come back. And then while you're sitting in class, or you do some boring ass shit, or if you're just at home and you're on your ass watching some stupid YouTube videos like this instead of going to go train or something, you could just basically just reduce your breathing. So focus on your diaphragm. You always want to breathe through your diaphragm and never through your chest because it's just way better, and it's actually the main breathing muscle that you're supposed to use from birth. But so many people forgot about it. So there's 2 other protocols you could do. It's very easy. So just throughout every day, you just want to breathe less. Always breathe through your nose. Always breathe through your nose. Always, always, always. Don't breathe through your mouth because then you don't get the benefits of nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is like a little gas you produce in the sinuses and on the blood, on the blood cells, which basically widens the blood cells and lets more blood and hemoglobin, better everything. So what you want to do is just reduce your breathing. So you want to focus on your diaphragm throughout the entire day, and you want to breathe in less. And then when you breathe out, you want to act like your breathing's a balloon. Like you want to completely relax and just, you shouldn't even hear it. Like the point is to not be able to hear your breathing, and you'll start to feel an air hunger. Hold this for like 3 to 5 minutes, and then you could rest, and then you could hold it for 3 to 5 minutes. But just try to keep it as sustainable as long as possible. And then the other one is just you breathe in 5 seconds, you breathe out 5 seconds, you hold for 5 seconds. Do that for anywhere from like 2 to 5 minutes. It's gonna be pain in the ass, but then remember you gotta learn this. You have to delay gratification, bro. It's just not gonna be easy. And then the most important part to build the habit of breathing from your nose and everything, and just get all these benefits while you sleep, is take some paper tape, some 3M micro paper tape from like fucking Walgreens or wherever pharmacy is right next to you, and just tape it. And if it's too sticky and it's like, oh my god, what if I can't breathe, you're gonna be able to breathe. Because if you're gonna choke while you're sleeping, sorry, you're not just gonna die, your body's gonna wake you up. So it's perfectly fine. And little hack most people don't know. When people nose are stuffy, they always go. The best way to unstuff a stuffy nose is just to keep breathing through your nose and just reduce the breathing volume. And actually, when you hold your breath like that, you exhale and then hold your breath, it's going to actually, you'll feel it after like 3 times. After 3 strong breath holds, your nose will be cleared completely. So, yeah, there's 3 little hacks you can do. And basically, this is what I did during during the cross-country season. I won't get away with it now because I'm in high school, but if you do that you're like in middle school or whatever, and maybe you're in high school and you're already running a lot, and you do that with your running, it's amazing. And if you want to take the next step up, you could do hypoxia sprints. So hypoxia is basically the state you're in when you exhale and then hold your breath. So before you sprint, say you're gonna do like 10-second sprints, right? And then you're gonna do like one minute rest in between or whatever, right? However you program your sprints. You're going to you're gonna inhale small and then exhale, not like, but you're gonna exhale like that. You're gonna hold your breath. You don't have to pinch your nose and fucking sprints full speed, but you hold your breath and then just go do your sprint. And then when you're done, don't go. Just try to like maintain your breathing, make it calm, like keep it calm. And if you do that, you could do that during your sprints, and that in a study it was actually shown to almost double your VO2 max, which is fucking insane. And then we could do is, if you're a long distance runner like me, I do both, but you could basically every now and then when you're running, do the same exhale and get like 20 steps and just try to keep getting those steps up. So if you got 20 today, try to go for like 25 tomorrow, right? And it's gonna get harder and harder and harder. It's like progressive overload, but for your lungs, basically. So if you do that, I mean, obviously you still have to train, right? Don't train. Wait, don't not train, but still train and couple that with your training. And you will see big differences, like way bigger differences. You'll just get better sleep, you'll have more endurance. There was actually this one guy who ran a marathon like fucking 50 years ago or some shit, right? In the Olympics. He was I think, a Native American dude. And wait, I'm getting the source mixed up. But there was a long time ago, 50 years ago, where there's one guy who was running. He never ran a marathon, and all he did to train was do hypoxia sprints. So just exhale, hold your breath, and go sprint. He just did that